shortest odds. Ooh, that's impressive. At plus 650 to win the NFC according to ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Just behind the Eagles, who are favorites at plus 300, and the Lions at plus 400. Mike T, early morning gym Mike T. Are the 49ers, you're welcome, I got you, my guy. Are the 49ers a legit Super Bowl contender this upcoming season?
No, Monica, I'm somewhat stunned by those odds. You know, when you look, I like Kyle Shannon, I like Brock Purdy, but when you look at the list of players they've moved on from, Deebo Samuel, Ray Greenlaw, Travarius Ward, Kalea Hufanga, Leonard Floyd, amongst others, guys, that is a lot of really good players. Look, I think they're going to rebuild Mikael Williams. I think will be a really good pass rusher, but my gosh, when you lose 6, 7, 8 quality players, and we talk, like last segment, the Rams, who are being led by, a combination of Johnny Unitas, John Elway, and they're going to be unstoppable according to Chris. But in all seriousness, when you think about Detroit, Philly, Washington, the Rams, amongst others, I see the 49ers 6, 7, 8 seed, nowhere close for the conference championship. Just gave up way too much talent.
All right, now, first off, the over-under number for San Francisco and Vegas is 10.5. That's the first thing. Vegas doesn't get it wrong. 10.5. You bet the under, you're going to lose 10.5. Number two, they got a winning culture. He's a great GM. He's a great coach. Purdy's signed. They got McCaffrey. They still got George Kittle. And then most importantly, did you see the schedule? They play. Did you see it?
Yeah.
They play Jacksonville. Look at this schedule.
And Seattle is not a...
Oh, that's a divisional game.
Yeah.
No Chiefs, no Bills, no AFC North team, no NFC North team except the Bears. They play Carolina. They play the Giants. They play Atlanta. Where are some automatic losses in that schedule? That schedule that's why it's 10.5. They're not dumb, Vegas. That is an incredibly easy schedule. Plus the division isn't impossible, and they got a good chance to be 4-0 before you even blink. Seattle, the Saints, Cardinals, and Jaguars, they could be. So as a result, they may be a little puffed up with the regular season, but they're going to win their 10-11 games. And if they win 10-11 games, they got a chance. Okay. That's why I think they do.
Before you respond, Woody, my question to that, though, is when you look at that schedule, the conversation about a contender is not necessarily having a good regular season. We're talking about the postseason.
Great point.
Does that schedule prepare them, if you will, you buy them as contenders courtesy of that schedule or despite that schedule?
I think it's a combination of both. But, if you have a lot of wins, you get good seeds, you get home games, you win a division, and then you only got to win one less game. I just think, listen, they're playing Carolina, the Giants, Tennessee, Jacksonville. The division isn't great. They have the Bears. They're not playing Minnesota. Think about it. They're not playing the Eagles, Washington, Minnesota, Green Bay, Detroit, Kansas City, Buffalo, or an AFC North team. That's what he used to.
Just as an aside before I keep going, watch out for Carolina. I think Carolina's going to be a much better team. But that's on a different thing. I don't look at them. I don't look at the 49ers as a Super Bowl contending team. I don't even think they're the best team in the division. I think the Los Angeles Rams are the best team in that division. When I look at the San Francisco 49ers, I think Mike alluded to it. They have lost a ton of big-time players. And, I equated to a lot of those guys had to graduate from the program because you had to pay the quarterback. Pay the quarterback, it's got to come from somewhere. So they had to let a lot of those players go. And the one thing about the 49ers, yes, we talk about the offense, but when the 49ers were elite, part of that was they were led by their defense and their defensive front. They drafted four guys on the defensive front because they were so depleted on the defensive side of the football. Now they're bringing in Robert Saleh, the former Jets head coach, is now the defensive coordinator with the 49ers to get that side of the ball going. Because that's really been their identity. That's been their MO. And until I see tangible results as far as the 49ers being back to, quote-unquote, the 49ers on the defensive side, I can't put them on the same level as, Philly, the Rams, you know, the Lions, those type of teams in the NFC.
I agree, because those questions, when you think about their secondary, again, they lost Traveris Ford, they got some young guys that, like Bernardo Green has to step up. They signed Trey Brown from Seattle, and the way you mask a deficient young secondary is with a great pass rush, which right now is a question mark. On the other side of the ball, though, I think Ricky Pearsall will play well. I think Brandon Ayuk, when he comes off of his ACL, will play well. If Christian McCaffrey's healthy, obviously he's one of the best right backs in the game. So offensively, I think there are more answers than questions. But again, when you're going up against the Rams, Philadelphia, Washington, to Monica's point, in the postseason, Chris, those questions about their defense, to me, puts them a notch below that pack of contenders.
I'm going to bet on Shannon, who I think is a great coach.
Yeah.
And I think the quarterback's good. So they got Kittle, they got McCaffrey,
That's
they got
fine.
Jesus, and they got
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
Right, you got to stop Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota.
They don't have to stop in the regular season, Mike.
No, but to
They got to
Monica's
stop in
point.
the postseason.
But right, and that's what the segment's about.
You were just crushing the previous segment,
Yeah.
Mark
Oh,
Jackson,
yes.
about
Yes.
postseason, and now you talk about they got a regular season.
The question is Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, we're not talking
Well,
about
obviously, if you make the playoffs, you're a Super Bowl contender. Oh, yeah.
We got a vote.
Everybody should.
You want my nerves.
And we're back here again up in New York on the other coast, and we're starting the AFC North. Roz, your AFC North winner on July 16th is who?
Yeah, take it to the bank, right, on July 16th. The Baltimore Ravens. I thought about Cincinnati. I kind of wanted to look for a reason to put them there. I don't like, the repeat. It's not as exciting. But I think Baltimore just was loaded. As long as Lamar Jackson is healthy, I think they're the best team in that division. Maybe, on paper, the best team in the whole league.
Now, it's chalk to say Baltimore. They won it last year. Mike T, I like you went on a limb here. Bengals, what do you think?
Yeah, look, I love Baltimore for the reasons Roz just said, but Cincinnati's going to score as much as anybody. We know that. And at some point, they're going to have to figure out Trey Hendrickson. Jamar Stewart's a first-round pick. He will be there. So the whole notion of we're going to get the lead with the passing game. Bill Walsh, the legendary coach, always talks about fourth-quarter pass rushers, something Cincinnati should be able to do. A young secondary that should get better. Look for them to win games early, Peter, in the 30s, and look for that defense to get better during the season.
New defensive coordinator Al Golden taking over that unit. Damian Woody, the NFC West. Good morning, West Coast. The NFC West winner is who?
Los Angeles Rams.
Okay.
Yeah, I love where the Los Angeles Rams are at. Obviously with the addition of Devontae Adams to go with Puka Nacua and Tyree Williams, obviously Matthew Stafford at the quarterback position. The offense is outstanding, and then defensively, I think they got the best young front seven in the National Football League. Obviously led by defensive rookie of the year Jerry Burst. They got talent littered all over this roster. So for me, it's the Rams.
Mike T?
Yeah, I like the Rams as well. Very similar. I think, Stafford still has maybe a year or two left. We talked earlier about Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and that front seven. Let's see, they rebuilt that.
Drafted,
We're not even talking about Aaron Donald anymore. We're talking about Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. They've done a great job.
Love the Rams. They know what they're doing out there, no doubt about it. 49ers are going to bounce back. This is a team that bottomed out last year because of injury, and a lot of the focus this offseason has been on who they lost. But they still have a lot of extremely good